And we're back with the final game of the day. It's all tied up here, 1-1 between Spirit and Darkside, and a very important series for both teams, so therefore a very important last game, Trent.
Yes, indeedy. I guess we might as well go back over now that we are simply one game away from said result. For Team Spirit, if they are to win this, that will mean that they stay undefeated, which will put them tied with BetBoom at the top of the table, both being 4-0 in terms of series, which is really good news. Those two will play each other at the very end, I want to say. Yeah, it's actually the very last match of the season. It will be Team Spirit and BetBoom. So ideally for them, they want to make that match as meaningless as possible, because for both of those teams, you know, those are considered pretty big competitors. Obviously, Toronto Tokyo of Team Spirit, now playing for BetBoom, made sort of a super stack, and it's a super stack that's doing very well so far. So those two teams want that match to mean nothing, because they just want to be guaranteed for the major at that point. And in order for that to occur, Team Spirit need to get this W. You know, this is a match that isn't necessarily guaranteed for Team Spirit, but coming into it, they were looking a little bit stronger. Darkside's had some struggles. So this was one that I'm thinking they probably are clutching on to like have this one in the bag and move forward for the rest of the series, as they still have 3 more series after this. Darkside, on the other hand, they really need this win. You drop this win, it's looking really hard to make the major.
Yeah, I mean, looking like they're probably going to be staying in Div 1, but with the amount of competition here, especially because like Team Spirit, they've pretty much faced off against all of the weaker opponents as well, right? And they faced Na'Vi, one move, defeated Namiga. So now they're kind of going up the ladder, right? Playing Darkside and Hellraisers, VP, BetBoom, trying to get all those bigger victories under their belt later down the line. And Darkside's the polar opposite. They've already lost to the big dogs pretty much. The main competitor after Spirit is going to be Hellraisers, which is going to be a tough match for sure, the way that HR has been playing.
Yeah, that's again why this one's just so important for them. I think it's a tough division, guys. You know, a lot of these regions, they just keep getting stronger and stronger. And Eastern Europe was already pretty tough previously, and then this whole new like BetBoom squad has formed, and it took pieces, like some people that just weren't even playing anymore, like Save. So like now he's back in the fold, and then you took like this really strong option of Toronto Tokyo removed from his team, but by creating his own team, he's essentially just like doubled the power of Team Spirit in the region, where they were already sort of dominating. And then some squads have been a little bit weakened, like Virtus Pro, I guess, in terms of being like an all new squad, so like a younger crew. And but it's 3 slots, so
Radiant team pick.
You didn't watch the camera, did you? I was imitating you. You know, Pan's Labyrinth, the guy with the eyes on his fingers. That's what you look like to me when I was looking at the preview just then. Yeah, all the eyes and all the drafts and all the games. Trent's got his fingers on the pulse.
That's what I do. Keep it open. I don't like this guy though. Ricky's back.
10 seconds remaining.
He returns. It looked amazing in game 1. I guess I'm not too shocked to see it again.
5 seconds.
Yeah, forget the DP first pick. It's all about the Ricky now. And it poses a pretty serious question to Team Spirit. Both of these games so far have had DP first picked, or at least first phase picked. And she's lost both of them. So it looks like both teams going a different avenue here with Tiny Lesh, the opener for Spirit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, did we have a Yadoro Tiny? We did.
We did.
It was the IO game that they lost to Namiga. That's right. Okay. So just had to keep that in mind here. I don't know if we'll see that combo again, but it does pair well with the Leshrac. Here's a question. Does Darkside ban the IO in the second phase, or do you just let them have it and not care?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's that loser. As you pointed out, she's back.
Not first pick, though. Given a bit of time to see what comes through the door in the form of Lesh and Tiny. But yeah, it might be an option to ban the IO. We'll see what they decide to do. I was just starting to wonder with Lars Hero Pool, but I don't think we've seen him play Tiny yet, have we? So my brain is telling me this is going to be a mirror Tiny.
That would be my assumption as well.
Yeah. Then Lal Lesh, maybe a collapsed Lesh. We'll see where they head with it.
Remaining.
They're probably going to be their mid lane Leshrac. So now some DK focused targeted bans time for Team Spirit. What have we got bets on? Beastmaster, Doom, Visage.
Yeah, I like that idea. We can just pool again. They're going to target the Drow instead. Maybe try and make sure that this Leshrac can have some confidence moving in the middle of the fights. Maybe thinking that Ricky and Death Prophet's going to give a lot of space.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that also signals down the line like the potential of a Morphling pick or something, or one of these high armor, high agi heroes that Drow can compete with.
Yeah. I think for Team Spirit as well, the thing I'd like to see
5
is a
seconds
focus
remaining.
back on game 1 and why it was so hard. The Primal Beast's inability to buy a save item made it very difficult versus the Ricky. I think that ideally I'd like to see both
Team
supports going for a
Spirits,
step
turn
first.
to
I think that
ban.
would be
Hmm.
pretty beneficial in this game.
Yeah, force staff, such a value item nowadays. And buy it, displace your teammates, move your opponents around.
It's crazy to see how good it feels when you play it, and yet it
10
is so
seconds
nerfed
remaining.
compared to when we used to have it. Like, you know, of course, there was also periods where it was
5
like 5 or
seconds
6 force
remaining.
staffs a game. So
Yeah,
it's
it was
it's an
pretty
item
busted.
that's gone through some times. Yeah, you know.
I guess it's still a similar thing with Blink
Radiant
Dagger.
team banned.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
it's just like positioning tools are incredibly valuable. But there goes the Visage. No huge surprises. It was a important factor in the victory from Darkside earlier on.
Yeah, it laned well with the Ricky. It was a good ranged offlaner to go for the pairing. Dart into a bird stun. Just overwhelming
10
damage from the hero
seconds
as well to
remaining.
make up for the fact that the Ricky's mostly just control element in the position 4.
5
You know, some
seconds
position 4 is like a
remaining.
snap or something, or a hoodwink. They offer a lot of damage,
Hmm.
but Ricky's definitely not in that
Team
department
Spirits,
since you're not buying
turn
those
to
scaling
ban.
items. And speaking of snaps, she will get banned now. They don't want to have to deal with the potential mix-ups there between Mira and Laurel, as well as, you know, focusing down to Death Prophet once more.
Yeah, the respect.
And cookies out of could be good too.
Oh, for the smoke screen, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
10
It does mean
seconds
that
remaining.
we've got these kind of classic Eastern Europe hero left.
5
Ursa
seconds
always comes to
remaining.
mind. He's still out there. Monkey King available, and depending on what avenue you want to go down.
I'm so curious if Team Spirit won an IO. Because they did it when they were up a game versus Namiga, and they eventually did it with like a safe lane Tiny, and they did it with the Leshrac, and they could go IO and then probably into the Centaur after, as it is here again, and that's the combo they tried before. And it would be good. Centaur sounds really good versus the smoke screen to help getting people out. It's pretty good versus Death Prophet. But yeah, the question is, do they believe in it that much that they'll do it in a game 3 in a pretty crucial series,
Team
or was it like
Spirits,
let's
turn
see if we
to
can run our IO strats versus Namiga?
Yeah, I was looking back. They've run it a couple of times. IO Tiny, IO Lesh to
Radiant
some
team
success, but it looks like it's going to be 50-50
Enchantress.
recently. And there comes the
Radiant
Enchantress.
team
That was second phase
Spirit
banned in game 1, I
Mirror.
believe, by Darkside. And Team Spirit
Yeah, it
gonna
was.
grab it this time around. And then picking Marana Ember into it.
My goodness, this is just a mortal match right now. This is just Death Prophet Ricky, and then we got Marana Ember, Slight, Chains, Arrow. It's Arrow into the Ench as
10
well, just for that
seconds
little bit of
remaining.
bonus counter pick here.
Smoke
Feels really
screen into
nice.
silence.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
this looks pretty good from Darkside. I gotta be real. I feel like Ramses has a lot of options left in that final pick too. Could be a bit of a late game winner, like that Morphling that's banned out, or could be something that's a bit more
Life
early game
stealery.
focused. Yeah, Life Stealer. That'd be a great example.
Radiant team banned.
Terrorblade. So that kind of shuts down some of those life stealer kind of options. Terrorblade does very well against him.
Terrorblade into Ember though. You know, that already feels kind of good for Darkside at least.
I wonder if he's going to go like an early pike or something
10
to get out of
seconds
smoke
remaining.
screen and stuff. Like TB's already pretty good against
Yeah.
DP
5
Ghost,
seconds
pretty good
remaining.
against withstanding any
Team
kind of Moonlight
Spirits,
Shadow play
turn to
aggressively on
ban.
him. But there's no real saves here from Team Spirit outside of buying a Force Staff or something.
I wonder if Darkside would try and like lane into him as well. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to make that work, I guess. There's not many safe lane. I mean, unless you pick PL
10
straight up.
seconds
Like you do like a Ramses PL. I guess even then the lane doesn't necessarily that good. It's just a late game matchup.
5
Plus you're playing into a
seconds
Leshrac. So
remaining.
that sounds awful. There's still Darks here, but
Radiant
that's
team
definitely
banned.
getting banned last by Team Spirit. I think 100% ban. If they don't ban Darks here, I will give a loony to everyone in chat. Okay, not really. That would be pricey. I can't afford that.
Was that like 10
But-
grand?
Yeah. Is that how many of you guys are out there? That's nice. But yeah, they're definitely gonna ban Darks here last from Team Spirit.
10 seconds remaining.
$9,804 from Trent's bank account.
Okay, don't actually. I'm just joking.
5
Okay, guys,
seconds
it's fine.
remaining.
So Team Spirit need a collapse hero, we are assuming here. Primal Beast being banned. Probably going to go and remove another offlane hero as well.
I do think the Doom ban type though, because like they recognize that Ramses can play the Doom or Ramses could play the DP. I think the Darkseer would still be a little bit weird. So because like what's Ramses gonna play then? The DP,
Hmm.
the Marana, you know. So we don't necessarily have to ban Darkseer. Please forgive me. They'll probably ban Naga Siren instead. There, I've solved it.
I
That's
mean,
definitely the Team Spirit ban.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what do you play for Ramses?
We don't think that far.
Sven? Like, what deals with TB? Or just rely on Ember Mirana to be your TB counters? It also feels like they don't have a massive amount. Like, when Lesh gets Bloodstone, how do they kill Lesh? There has to be Slight Chains and Ghosts from DP slaying Lesh.
Yeah, what do you pick as a one? I mean, Sniper's banned. They banned Sniper. They could
There's no
Slark.
Ooh, that's not
If they
bad.
ban Naga, Slark could be okay for Darkside. Although
Slark
Slark versus
can-
Lesh is really bad too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of cool. Lesh covers both PL and Slark. Oh, interesting. Interesting.
And the TB covers like Sven, Lifestealer, etc.
Yeah. What an interesting combination Team Spirit have found in the drafting phase. It's like they've planned this out or something.
So like the one remaining that I mentioned earlier is like a Monkey King.
Oh
Because
yeah, a little
he's
bit in the
not-
middle. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not just the right-click anti-carry. He's also like that
Spirits,
zone
turn
control
to
where he throws out
ban.
Wukongs, and Lesh doesn't want to stand his ground. TB and Lesh are very good at standing ground or chasing heroes. But if there's a Wukong there, it makes it much more
Radiant
difficult for
team
them.
pick.
And Bloodseeker's the ban, so
Ooh.
okay, Naga is actually still out there for them.
Dude. Are they gonna Naga? I think they're gonna Naga. Song with the Ricky combos and everything. Is it damage that would be the problem for them though? They'd be fully reliant on like exorcism. They need the control.
10 seconds.
And how does
remaining.
Naga deal with like the split push against TB? Who wins the wave cutting
5
war?
seconds
Is
remaining.
Naga?
I think so. I think Naga does. I think she still comes out on top because TV's inability to really deal with illusion heroes.
But then you're still picking Naga into Lesh.
Yeah, which like
And you
it's
don't-
not as bad as PL because her illusions get
Yeah.
quite a bit tankier.
You don't have 3/3 on your team to buy Wraith
Mhm.
Pact, Mage Slayer, Pipe, and stuff like that.
Yuck, Ramses, just go anti-mage. Let's go.
Ugh.
Let's go big dog. give me that position one carry player dream.
I don't know about that, man.
They all just want to play anti-mage.
Team
You know how they
Spirits,
are.
Turn to pick.
Oh, all right. That's another good one for the carry players. They like their voids. The chrono damage is a
Lacking.
little weak. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, DP, China, classic, right? They love themselves Death Prop and Faceless Void. You get some Ember plays inside. It's not the worst
10
chrono damage, but I
seconds remaining.
get disappointed when I don't have like good support chrono damage because I feel like it really lets their support
5
spells be
seconds
fully
remaining.
utilized, and then they're like way more broken than they usually are.
It's like, what are you
Whereas
gonna do?
you
You're
just
gonna
have,
arrow?
Now select your hero.
And there's the collapse
Oh.
hero, Beastmaster at the end. So they go, Beastmaster Ench with a TB. Once Spirit get rolling, this game could end pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's a lot of tower pressure. That is for sure. And what cooldowns do they have to wait for, right? It's
Meta.
like you could say meta, but even then, like even without the meta, they have a lot of pressure that you're going to be forcing into Chronosphere and Exorcism. And so if Darkside aren't careful about those timings, they could find themselves unable to defend their towers.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically meta and tiny blink. It feels like those are the two things that Spirit have to wait for. Everything else is just get levels, get farm, go wild.
It almost reminds me of how people would play against like a core Ricky back when that was actually good in terms of just like let's just like group up and not let Ricky pick us apart one by one.
Yeah.
And threaten us and get the vision and everything. It's sort of a similar idea here of just if we're forced to play together because of this shard pickoff style that you have with like Ember, Mirana, and Ricky Shard, then we'll just group up and we'll push and you won't be able to contest us.
And I think in particular, if Spirit are able to defend their safe lane tower for like the first 10 minutes, don't allow DK Focus to push it early on, it becomes kind of tricky for Ricky to find. Oh my god. It becomes difficult for Ricky to find a place on the map to actually play how he wants to.
Ricky!
Tricky Ricky, haha. Because the way we've, we talked about this before, we saw Tundra playing this Ricky Naga Siren, cut the wave, split the map, open portions of the map that Ricky can, backstab, wrap around, get deep wards, look for darts into setups.
Ooh.
If the map doesn't, open up, there's much less space for Ricky to play into.
Look at these odds though. Only at 2.7.
Ooh.
Darkside growing in the estimations of EGB here, I see, huh? They're
Curious.
believers here. So, yeah, if you know for sure who's going to win, you know what to do. As thank you, EGB, for supporting us here and the Eastern European DPC deposit bonus of up to $600, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's time to win. That's what Collapse has said here. Is that the case? By the way, Ramses has disconnected, and the admin's already on it. What happened? Collapse says he disconnected. And then they spam the he disconnected voice line. Very
who is
funny.
that? The Thai caster, I guess? Was one of the Thai.
I think it's one of the teams.
Thai team. Yeah, interesting. Not seen that before.
It might be the same pack that has the so tasty. Highly recommend you guys find that one. That was really good.
I'm gonna go through them all tonight. I think you've piqued my interest with this now.
Yeah, there's definitely some value memes in there. I'm glad the teams are finding it. I did give it in the top 5 value. That was quite good. But
what was your voice line last year for TI? You can't even remember.
It's not a good sign. Like, they put the brain so big in the battle pass. I don't get a cut on that one. All right, I lost out big time.
His brain is so big.
Yeah, my brain was not very big in terms of revenue.
No,
it was for the benefit
year.
of the team. I'll take the blame on this one. You know, I was trying to
okay.
help out the support players to keep the
Wholesome.
mental game going. Yeah.
I definitely did better last year with the old
I'm just
cheeky one.
memeing for cash now. That's all I'm doing in the future. I got to get some
Has Ramsey's
college
gone
funds
again?
going.
You got 3 of them, don't you? It's not as college funds, right? You've got to keep buying all the hockey gear whenever they, two years pass. They need new shin guards and cups and new sticks and all. Do you must have, right? Different sticks for kids and whatever.
Yes. Yeah. It's okay. I have a neighbor, and his kids went through hockey, so
Oh, pass me down.
he just shoves them over. Yeah, go bless my neighbor.
Oh.
Every once in a while, he just dumps a bunch of skates in front of my garage. I was like, oh, thank you. You're saving me.
That's great. Well, Ramses is like, I don't want to play Void in this game. What am I doing here? Get me out.
He
I
is
feel
indeed
like
out.
This game, a lot is on Ramsey's shoulders.
Yeah, it's a classic first chrono game. That's what I would say. Where if you burn it badly, it feels kind of terrible. You know, maybe it's like a defensive chrono, and you watch that little Void saunter away into the tree line. He tries to like jump TP home. And you're like, well, that was it. That was a chrono, huh? But if you get that big chrono defending the mid tower versus like the Leshrac push, catch someone else in there as well. Your team backs you up. You turn that into taking the enemy tier 1. Maybe that's the game. Maybe that's all the space you need. Maybe then it's glory, victory, takes you to Lima, Peru, or you lose. So,
or you get
one of those two.
You get roared inside your chrono and you just die. Yeah, I don't know. Like, item-wise, he's going to go Midas again, right? It's just like when Ramsey's on his Midas heroes, either the rest of his team is stomping and he comes in and looks real suave, like, oh, I'm so slick, I bought Midas. No, yeah. Or nothing happens and it's useless.
So what you're saying is we need to buy Helm of the Dominator, Faceless Void, and get the creep in the chrono.
And Manta, yeah. The
Manta.
bulb
Okay,
special.
And then we'll get the Book of the Dead.
Book of the
We'll
Dead,
go 60 minutes. Yeah, perfect. Yep, good.
Dire Sentry is very sad in the mid lane. I think there's about 5 pixels away from that Radiant Observer board. Very close, but not quite good enough. And Radiant Observer board in that top Dire jungle sees Yatoro. Roger's going to try and sneak in behind. Well, down at bottom rune. Looks like the Tiny wants to make a move. Walks into the middle of the Ember and the Faceless Void. And 4?
Roger did all that body blocking for nothing. He didn't even get the rune.
How did they get 4? Collapse even got 1.
Sometimes you just get 4 runes.
It's a bit
easy.
cheeky.
Yeah, okay. It's too late, Gary. They can't buy it anymore. Let it go.
Well, that one's from 2 years ago, so you
That's what I'm saying.
can't buy that. That was very sad. Oh yeah, Faceless Void and a Mirana lane against a tiny Beastmaster. Axe is level 1. Start shoving that wave, try and get to level 2 a little bit quicker, and that's going to unlock your Tiny's potential to not only trade with his tree grab currently, but also start tossing back.
Oh, is he going to get this courier kill as well? Is he... Oh, no, he's grabbing the wave. Oh, he might get the double. Big value, big value.
Faceless
He's
Void.
so good.
Mikro, Courier, arrows, good. It's going to take a bit more damage than he would have expected. He should be, I don't know, does he want a TP now? Also interesting, Seneko placed his sentry ward before the Dire one got placed. And Mira didn't scout the Radiant sentry ward. So Seneko's just going to get the unblock.
That's a surprising maneuver. Doesn't happen very often. That'd be funny if it made it all the way to 2 minutes and you just didn't see it because it's in that sneaky little spot.
Yeah.
I don't think he's seen it.
He's gonna find it now.
Oh my god, he didn't see it.
Oh my god, Mira.
No!
Oh, Seneko.
That is so painful.
As a 5-player, I feel it in my bones. Oh,
My bones.
oh.
Well, Jiminy
nice.
Crickets indeed here. And
Well,
we
we're
take a
gonna
look at the
look
top
away.
lane.
Yeah, look away.
Yeah, we can't look anymore.
What's going on? Yatoro, 6 last hits. Miposhka's Ench. Okay, this is why the Ench is so good. Ricky cannot trade hits. Ricky cannot drag waves. Ricky cannot play lane. So DP's kind of left in a 1v1.
Right.
Oh,
helps too
DK
much when
focus.
Yeah, force TP.
Roger's taking a bit of a beating as well. That's the tricks of the trade. Does have a blink, but very low HP on both Darkside heroes, and they've only got a couple of tangos remaining. Oh, Miposhka's going to have Nature's Attendance back up in a few seconds.
I really appreciate the no Blightstone Ench. I prefer the purchasing regen and just trying to bully as much as possible with Nature's Attendance.
Yeah, I mean, if she gets a slow here, I think DK Focus can die. And Chant there. And forward moves Yatoro for first blood, and Chantress claims it. This top lane is already a disaster. DP's already underfarmed. Terrorblade looking like he's going to get the next couple of waves for free. And Roger just not being able to play his game.
Yeah, Miposhka still just has so much regen that he has no concern with trading these blows with Roger at all. Well, that's a big boost up for him. Mid lane as well, though. Laurel and Rebel looking pretty even there. Not a big gap. 17 for the Ember, 15 for the Leshrac. Not much problem as Mira grabs a bounty room bottom. You can see him moving there. But now we take a peek at this mid lane. And game plan wise, the initiation looks to be in favor of Darkside, though. Because they're going to have this Ember moving around with those arrows. They might be able to score a couple kills on the earlier end. Whereas Spirit, they kind of got to wait. They need like Roar and they need like Tiny Blink. Their initiation is not great. They just push structures. That's how they initiate a fight.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, going to be doing a pretty good job so far. Bottom level 3 collapse already. Dragged the wave back after that early push forward. And did clear out that little pull across by the Mirana. That's just very difficult here for Ramses and Seneko to get much done. It's just about securing farm in the meantime for the Void. But yeah, that means Collapse is going to have free time to really rush into that Helm under very little pressure. Toss across on Seneko. Yeah, has 3 leaps, so not really too bothered by it. And double slippers of agility. Seneko really looking for those right-click trades. Leaps in to kill the boar with the leap and the arrow. And now some good damage with that time dilation slow.
Ooh, both on Mira.
Keep tabs on Mira and Collapse, but just a bit of chip damage until they fall away. But that's good. A good amount of damage to reset the lane really for Ramses.
That just makes him a little bit more comfortable in the current situation here. As Seneko's going to see, ooh, lots of big creeps here, you know? Could be eyeing up a potential arrow, I would think.
Yeah, arrow time. And up at top, Miposhka with a Hellbear. Zoning out Roger, diving him under tower and dropping him incredibly low. While Yatoro, complete free farm back towards his tier 1. A little batter and Collapse. They'll drag the wave back though. And Mira. Interesting lead from Seneko, in fact.
Not sure what he was setting up there. I don't know if he was trying to go for like an arrow play or what.
He was trying to block the pull, and he does grab a couple of the melee creeps, but one of them wanders off into the camp anyway. Well, yeah, Roger has been fully bullied out of this lane now. Miposhka's even been like stacking this large camp to grab creeps and maybe even rotate into mid. Pre-level 6, Ember Spirit is a kill that they could get. And Chad
Roger
spelling off
called
Flame
it.
Guard. Oh, he did draw the line, yeah.
He drew the line. He was like, yeah, they're coming. Now they're scanning too. They're just wondering, like, is she sitting right here? Like, where are they? That's a bit of a waste of a scan, I feel like. Because, like, she could just be sitting on the other ramp. And now he's going to see, like, oh, hey. There she is.
Hello. Refill the bottle. Maybe they don't expect Mira to come in here, though. Ember Spirit is 2 creeps away from level 6. Nice avalanche. Stomp's not available because they already spent it, but it looks like they've got plenty of damage. Burst through the Ember Spirit. That dive under tier 1 paying off big time. While Roger trying to drag the wave.
Oh,
that is
nice
a catapult
play.
wave, but they keep the catapult on the tower. Arrow lands onto Mira now, but there's no follow through.
That is huge, though. He needs this XP on the Ember. That's why he was trying to run back towards it, was that he was only like what, 1 creep away from getting 6, and then maybe he could survive potentially. So Roger dragging this wave all the way around here for the Ember's TP back. Beautiful stuff. You're not even going to miss 1 XP. Good job.
Sineko, 1 lead. That's all you've got. Jumps away from Mira and Lol. Smoke screen's down, but the damage is done. Level 3 Diabolic Edict comes into play for Lol. And they're just sticking around in mid. Tiny Nench staying here, even though Mira has little to no mana remaining. A little tornado back.
Radiant's middle tower.
Ember Spirit has to run it away, so they push forward. Tier 1
in
mid
the
lane.
end.
And down
No,
bottom.
no Beastmaster required either. Yeah, he's just down here.
I mean, Ramsey's losing that fight against Collapse, just getting battered. So this is the thing, right? They've taken tier 1 mid as Team Spirit, and what's the DP done? Not even hit level 6 yet.
I'm seeing a trend on this
Wow.
hero. Losing.
Full health tier 1 tower top. That's unheard of. Yato is just jungling
What
now.
about Bodden? Okay, it's missing HP. So. But it's almost full.
No, it's not full though. And Helman's
Win
done,
again.
right? Yeah, Helmans are coming. Sineko, kill those creeps. Please don't let the Beastmaster get any creeps.
Now here's the tricky question though. What do you do about Maposhka? Because Maposhka, I'm sure, wants to come down bottom.
Oh, they got Raw. Oh, good arrow. What were you saying, sorry?
Yeah, I feel like Maposhka wants to come and join this, right? Like Helm on the Beastmaster, bring a creep, come run down, but there's actually still so much farm being fed into Yadro because it's 8 minutes in and a Terrorblade's not forced to the jungle. Speaking of unheard of situations, definitely didn't happen last game. Poor
Yeah,
Ramses.
now, a fight top rune. Ember Spirit, 200 health remaining, but he's always got that safety remnant while Roger tricks of the trade and another blink towards Rebel, not available, couldn't quite get there fast enough. And a regen rune has spawned bottom for Lal. Yeah, I think you might be right, just time to swing bot. Maybe not with the Ench, but Lesh, Tiny, they could join forces with the Beastmaster now.
Yeah, that's true. They could just like smoke up as two or just run, maybe. Maybe I don't even need a smoke.
I mean, Collapse could solo kill anyone. He's got 1 million skellies, double alligator boars, dark troll here as well. If you see someone, roars them, they die.
Raise the skeletons and rally your damage. There's a lot of damage. There's a few too many heroes right now, though.
Mirror.
Rebel down here a bit early. He has no bolas, though, so they have to actually just like draw the arrow.
Yeah, he's gonna have to remnant away if he doesn't get chain stunned into oblivion. Well, Collapse got blocked by his own creep, so couldn't get the roar in time. But this should be able to transfer into tier 1 push now. And only Sineko to defend that objective.
And they have meta up top here. They're gonna force the exorcism out of DK Fogos, I think. If Maposhka rotates back, they can just like run a DK Fogos and he either exorcisms or he just abandons. And even exorcism, I don't know. At half HP of the tower, I don't even know if that'll be enough to shove them off.
Radiant structures are
Glyph as well. Glyphing your offlane tower pre 10 minutes. Yeah, very weird flow to this game. It's like Team Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What's he doing? Sniping Curious behind him.
He's pulling the wave.
Roared under tower. And Collapse claims another life. Did you hear that?
No.
Maybe I am the princess of nothing. Poor Mirana. Mira tossing back. Roger blinks in again. And the damage from the low ground. Lol finds the takedown. Now dominating on this left while top lane. The tower is pushed. DK Fogas trying to spirit side off a creep. Ricky and Mirana dead for a tiny kill, which is grabbed up by the Ember Spirit. But Team Spirit really in the driving seat. 5k lead, 10 minutes. Already seemingly unstoppable the way they're playing this game.
But don't worry. The Midas is here. Ramses picks it up, gets some gold, and... Well, they are going to be waiting for a while, though, and unfortunately his other two cores, so you need to carry this early game, not doing so well. Obviously, Ember and DP bottom of the cores right now, and kind of close to an inch. Maposhka is huge.
3,000 net worth, yeah. Rushing full staff, that's what we like to see.
He's going to jump the DP. He's about to right now, because what's DP going to do, Gary? Where's she going to go? She can't jungle.
Push mid? I don't know.
Team, do you want to go do something? I can't be. I'm even with an inch. I need last hits, guys. Oh, give me that. Give me that bird. Oh. He gets to stay above her for a little while longer.
Oh, I'm gonna jump on Mira. They need a kill so bad. Kick Team Spirit out of this bottom jungle. He's got Brown Boots Wind Lane, so he's pretty speedy. Interesting illusion wind pop there in the midst of
That was
Sleight of Fist.
pretty cool.
To just jump out of it with a couple of embers.
And it gives them the vision. I think that might have gotten them the kill.
Yeah, maybe so.
I don't think I've ever seen an Ember do that.
Me neither.
That was really cool.
Yet again, discovering new tech.
Yeah.
I remember when people figured out you could, I think it was Miracle that did it first, to be perfectly honest. You could slight Yule's people, get the long-range catch. And look at that, 8 to 1 odds now. That's what we were talking about earlier on in this series. Darkside can struggle to come out of this laning phase and actually convert anything into a victory.
There's like a reason why it works so much better for Morphling, you know? Like, Morphling, you get to this point, and you have this damage, it feels like you can just like keep moving and keep pressuring and take over the map. But Faceless Void, you know, 6 to 1 odds now. Faceless Void needs the Chrono. Without the Chrono, he just goes back to hitting creeps. And he was like, oh, Chrono's down, guys, let's go. Or, you know, there's Buyback. Buyback's a counter to Chrono. Roach is a great counter to Chrono. Mirana's dead.
Ah, Mira just kills Mirana. And Team Spirit grouping up as 3 in the mid lane. Beastmaster pushing bottom, no one can stop him. He's being pinged out by the DP, but it's a real struggle. You talked about this Ember Mirana combo, and it has been very potent, but one level in chains doesn't seem like it's going to be enough to set things up and be your actual team fight initiation just yet.
No, you're hoping to find that kill in the mid when you're pressuring, too. Like, you want to be... DP wants to be in the fog, and then you think it's just like some 1v1 or something, and then the slight arrow happens, and then the X isn't pops. It's hard to rally your forces to defend the tower, but they can't get in that position.
Lol. The Lesh. I wonder if he knows. Like, Roger's been sapping a lot of this experience. I don't know if he can actually kill the Lesh on his own. 2 blinks and a trick to the trade. Not going to be enough, and doesn't want to risk it. Nobody can actually break past the barrier either. 3 Spirit Heroes in the bottom jungle made sure the Lesh was very well protected. And now the Ember Spirit trying to strike back with Roger and DK Fogos moving in. Ramses, he's got Chrono ready, but the Delta split from Spirit means everybody escapes. Oh,
and they already exorcism.
Ench is a little piggy, slight chains, but Miposhka's so tanky. 21 still in the back pocket. And now the turnaround from Spirit is going to come.
Oh, they're coming in. Yataro's here.
Mira moves forward, gets the catch on DK Fogos. Yataro, the big bad. The toss back into the TB, and the Death Prophet dies.
Oh, that feels so terrible. At least that's all they lose, but that was your exorcism fight. That was you trying to defend your own jungle. Ricky's just trying to kill a courier. Can he even get that? Yeah. Oh, no. Wait, more couriers are coming. It's okay. He's got it. He's got it. Easy.
Yes. Backstab it.
Yeah, dance it up there, bud. You earned it. All right. Well, it's okay, guys, because he's getting courier gold, which he desperately needs to buy his shard.
He's a sneaky devil.
Dire's top tower.
This is how he gets in this game. Unfortunately, there will be an Aegis at that point, and the shard kind of just doubles up on the thing that they already have, which is just stabilization in terms of like, hey, you're stunned. Ah, I have Chrono, I have shard, we have arrow, but where's the damage, folks? Where's the beef in this Darkside team?
Just down to Ramses buying 5 items that do damage, isn't it?
Dire's top tower.
Well, he's almost finished 1.
But then he still needs protection against Roar and Reflection and stuff. You know, does he buy BKB? Does he buy Lincolns? Can he just go raw damage? The Darkside right now, they are under Moonlight Shadow and they find Collapse. Oh, that Avalanche saved him. Taneko, the Sunder. Yataro dies the time. The Roar to turn around onto Mirana. Toss up into the air and whack into DK Fogas as well. Okay, Yataro saves the day.
What a deserved tip. All right, Claps. I think we can all agree this game's kind of in the bag. I think you should do the drums. I'm just saying, you know, if there's ever a time, you know.
What does it even do? Beastmaster beats his drums with ever-increasing speed.
Yeah. Guess what's gonna happen if you get Chrono? He still drums. Boom. Counter.
Easy peasy. Well, DP has a mech. Silver lining.
Not strike his drums if he's stunned. Okay, so he doesn't actually beat his drums in Chrono, guys. Not a counter. I repeat, not a counter.
Can't make music when you're frozen in time. Mirror did just slay Sineko with the help of Lal. DK Fogus just can't output enough damage.
Radiant's
Nobody
bottom
can.
tower
And that big old split earth lands on the DP now with Yatoro arriving.
Radiant structures
Slow her down with a reflection. And now the avalanche from Mira. In comes Ramses. Chrono is big. When the damage is from the right clicks of the void, he'll get one kill, but that's it. Time is up. You've run out of options, and you're losing all your heroes. Yatoro about to drop to the Ember Spirit, but he's a pretty tanky TB. Still falls, but they'll get a double kill on Lal as a trade. And they jump away from Roger. Miposhka's coming. He's got sentries for days. The impetus hit will get them a 3-for-2 trade. But that's
They're
your
still
Chrono.
pinging high ground. Laryl is picking it. It's like, I got a catapult. I want to go.
He's got a stun on the void now. Time warp on cooldown.
Tips him. Tips him.
Oh my god.
Like, it felt nice that they managed to get the kill on the TB. That was unexpected. Rebel did some nice fancy footwork there to do 3k damage in that fight, half of what his team could provide, but it just doesn't stack up to Laryl at this point. An Aegis protected Bloodstone Leshrac. We've all seen it. You love it on your team, you hate it on the enemy team. And that is currently the predicament that Darkside is facing.
And Spirit already have a gem, so they're going to be removing every little bit of vision that Darkside has, and they've already got triple observer wards watching all the way through mid into the Radiant base and that bottom lane. And a Moonlight Shadow here, trying to give a bit of cover to Roger, who's already invis, but there's also Sineko and Rebel up atop. Coming in behind Yatoro's Terrorblade. Looks like he wants to try and finish off his Manta style. He's going to get darted and arrowed, though. Exorcism and the jump in. The Terrorblade slain. That very, very cocky move there from Yatoro. Way overconfident.
And this is exactly what they need right now from Darkside. This is what won them
Oh.
game one.
Radiant's middle
And now it could be
tower
the
is under
secondary
attack.
catch.
The chains caught him in the midst of a bunch of summons. The sleeping dart into arrow is ready again. Oh, Miposhka gets him away with a force staff, though. And that's Exo spent for a TV kill. Not awful, but if you don't get an objective on top of it, doesn't feel particularly good.
No, you do need those giant wins right now in the game. But to be fair, it's killing the Death Prophet. Killing the TB. Yes, use Death Prophet ulti. You still have Chrono, at least in 30 seconds. So that could be another opportunity to go for a smoke. Ramsey's attempting to increase his survivability with the help of the shard as well. Give him a chance to outplay Team Spirit. Not easy, but at least possible. And Roger to grab an Arcane Rune from right under the nose of Collapse. So that's a bit annoying. Poshka knows he's there, though.
And has the gem as well. Where you going, Roger? He's blocking Ancient.
Blocks the Ancients anyway. This will waste his time.
Oh, there's a sentry here.
Okay,
There's
nice.
a
Good
rookie
job.
here.
Oh. Well, you know.
Mischance. He bought some time for his team, but oh my god, Ramsey's died mid. That's
I was distracting them.
That wasn't even blink. He just gets blink delivered now. I mean, how does Ramsey die there?
Radiant's middle tower is under
It would
attack.
appear that
Tumbler's
he
toy. He got
He
tumbled.
got Split Earth. It was Tumbler. It was all the tumble.
Radiant's middle tower
Always the
has
tumble.
fallen.
I mean, Tiny Tumbler's toy is
Radiant's
just
courier
overpowered,
has been
honestly.
killed.
Well, to be fair, I think he got Split Earth first. So,
Oh, from Fog? Okay.
yeah.
Are they going to try high ground? No, TP bottom. Long lane to push. And lots of farm to gather for Lar's Lesh. As it looks like it's time to smoke for Darkside. Ember Mirana trying to get out on the map. Roger giving that bit of vision. Does see Collapse and a history up top.
We bathe
And
in
Miposhka,
mystic
with that gem, going to see the ring coming. The sleep into arrow. They connect on Collapse. Spirit not near enough by, and the Beastmaster finally dies. Roger split Earth down into the ground, and Lal beyond godlike. Lesh 10, 0, and 1 right now.
Ramses? Oh, no, they're not feeling that confident. There was a blink on Tiny. That was a little bit scary. After just seeing the time walk go off.
Sadly, not too much mana on him.
They do have to just keep doing that, though. These Reiki pickoffs, you know, over time, when you're down 10k, if you're trading 1-for-1, it does benefit you. Problem is, it's just going to be very hard to get back out on the map versus a Terrorblade, especially one who has the Manta already. So, you know, Yaro can obviously control a lot of the space in this game. Leshrac, Maposhka even on the end can do quite a bit to keep control of these waves there too. So it's going to be a constant battle from them, where they're pretty much going to need smokes or moonlight shadows. But perhaps with the help of Ricky, maybe if they could get the edge, that would be huge. Try and get this vision away from Maposhka. That would be a good goal, I feel like.
Remove Gem, please. Let Roger play his game.
Yeah.
We've got Greaves on the Death Prophet now as well. Nice bit of sustain for them, but a blow up on Seneko bottom as Mira just goes wild in the enemy base. He's probably going to die for this, but a statement of intent from Team Spirit. But I think they know Ramses have just walked up top. Is that Radiant Obs? It's so hard when they place Obs and Sentry in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Obs up there, isn't it? There's a blue one and a yellow one.
Is not spotted there somehow.
There we go.
Oh, collapse. Collapse. His Spidey sense tingling.
They had a pretty good idea of where he was heading. Ramses in the trees. Goes home with a TP.
Thank you, my beauties.
Oh, they're controlling the map for now, Team Spirit. With no more Aegis, they can kind of wait out the next Roshan, look for a fight there to try and close this one out.
Horn of the realm.
And Ramses is looking for the chrono of his life.
It's the gem. It's the gem. They want it.
Can they kill her though? Full step away and she's healing back up. Slight chains connects the kill off the Ench, but now the split earth on the Death Prophet. Half HP, DK Fogus, Dusted, Collapse, and Lal can't finish the job though. Spirit Siphon's actually kept her in fighting shape while Mira chases into Ramses, looking for the kill on the Faceless Void, and they'll get it. Dead for 48 seconds, and Seneko spends all of his leaps. Still going to get stunned on his retreat. And Lal is unstoppable now. 2 heroes down for the price of 1, and the map just becomes this black hole for Darkside. It is shrinking at a drastic rate. The event horizon is just too wide. They can't break out of it. And TV used meta, so he's obviously going to go high ground.
Is the time. It was a noble effort. I mean, we set a goal for them. They attempted to achieve it, right?
They succeeded. They achieved their goal of killing.
You're right. I'm sorry. They did do that.
It's just too bad that Roger dies now and your backs have fallen. They've got a catch on Lal, but he's got Bloodstone and plenty of mana and damage to play with. Will force away the DP and the Ember Spirit. Now facing off against Ramses as Roger brought back. The Lash about to die. Does get finished off. Yatra with no meta isn't as massive a force as he was a few seconds ago. And now the Sleeping Dart on the Tiny, requiring the double force staff to get away from the arrow. Very well executed by Spirit.
I was kind of waiting for the Lotus as well. Kind of, it's been a go-to versus these Rickies. I thought maybe a tinier Ench would be able to afford it at this point, but they're busy, getting items that they think can kill people instead.
Get the full staffs, get the blinks.
Yeah, the force kind of helps in both ways. In case there's like a smoke screen or the dart, it's kind of helpful. Oh, Roger though, Bounty Hunter galore. Here we go. Oh yeah. No, go back. The drums. Ah, yes. Couriers. All right, double courier kill.
Ograx courier.
Oh, run away! Oh, no!
Oh, he jumps to the mud golems. He sleeps up the Beastmaster, but look at them, they're just swarming. Where's the Ricky? I've got a gem. Dive bomb. Here we go. Take down the Ricky Maru. He's dead for 70. He bought back previously, didn't he, eh? Yeah.
I also thought they had a ward there too because the way he got that jump. How did he have vision?
There's Radiant Obs up on the high ground there. The one Maposhka just killed.
Oh, okay. I could see the mud gold. All right. Yeah. I was thinking it was a little bit too far, but it must just probably just clipping it.
Yeah, it barely saw into the camp, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right, where's Ramses? He's not near Roche. He is bottom lane farming. So no attempt to stop this Roche from happening. So we get ourselves an Aegis for the Lash, it looks like. And yeah, Shard on the Terrorblade.
That's a lot of leaps. For Seneko. It was not enough leaps. Oh, you heard it. Finish! I think he just got 4-staffed back towards the Tiny's Avalanche. Is that what happened? Because that was crazy.
Not sure. It's pretty close to him getting back to Fountain, though.
Ooh, dive bomb got him, though. The oldie dive bomb.
What is it now? Tier 2 top for Spirit. They've already got mid lane racks. Oh, there's a DD rune that spawned at top as well. Doesn't look like they'll see it for now. And for Darkside, it's just a matter of trying to cut waves, stop Spirit from reaching their base with multiple lanes.
Radiant's top
And
tower
Mira's even
has fallen.
hunting in his own Ancients area. They're scanning and looking for where this Ember and the Faithless Void are.
There's just a bottle sitting by the DD rune here as our ops is pointing out. They're just waiting. Just the deposit for Yadoro. That's lovely.
And just flashback to turn around, buying his own bottle to go around bottom DD runes.
Yeah.
And Seneko just disappears when Lash and Mira find this Mirana. We're able
Well,
to
folks,
being home.
Radiant's top tower
It is indeed
under
looking a little rough here, but there's a reason why they're sticking it up for so long. It is, once again, the importance of this. If they can manage to claw back a win here, it will help them so much and a chance to go to the major.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that for you. You're welcome. Team Spirit, though, looking to stay undefeated and also try and secure themselves a ticket to the major. This would be a, like, let's say, you know, if they were to win this, which could happen at this point, as we watch Death Prophet get roared and attacked by a giant dragon.
And Faithless Void died over at the Dire Ancients as well.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Team Biz.
So,
Where's the gem? Where's my Ench? Oh my god, is DK Focus really going to live? No, there's Dire Sentry Obs there. They see the Death Prophet now. Lal doesn't really have a catch, and he's got no mana to play with. Avalanche
he's got
misses.
4 legs, though. He's very fast.
He is pretty speedy, eh? Split Earth lands. There we go. Catch the DP out. I mean, Darkside is smoking. There's a pretty wide spread of heroes here from Spirit. They could get isolated. DK Focus creating a lot of space with these Spirit Siphons, and now Roger comes in to sleep up the Tiny. They've actually slipped away from danger, back in the bottom jungle. The Enchantress being pushed down by the Ember and the Mirana. Gem on the deck, so grabbed by Seneko. A small victory here for Darkside.
That's the bar, huh? For the victory?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Just wanted to check. That slight arrow. Good combo, you know?
Enter the gem. There we go. Kill off some Hawks, get some D-wards. Just don't know how they're going to defend top lane, though. The DD has actually worn out, though. Yathro didn't use it for the push up the high ground. Tried to use it for a little bit of a fight.
But what is the plan? Yeah. Because they're knocking on the door, and there is Chrono, and there is Exorcism. Are you going to fight it? Are you going to try and dart the Terrorming?
I don't know. The Ramses is not coming.
Oh, the Manta dodge. Nice try, nerd.
And an arrow.
Dart me.
It's an illusion. Another smoke. Where's Ram?
Very
Oh,
sneaky.
they're coming in from the right-hand side.
Oh, she had Exorcism, but she's dead now.
Yeah,
All right, big Chrono, big Chrono, big Chrono.
Lol BKB's up. The Chrono's onto the Beastmaster. They do take down Seneko quickly while the Faceless Void is annihilated. Buybacks up for him as they pop them on DP, Mirana, and the Void to try and continue this fight. But Team Spirit have so much left to give. The Scardy TV in the Meta, shredding through every single person that shows their face in this top lane. A dive back from the Death Prophet, a sunder from the TV, keeps him alive against the Ramses Void. No bashes came when he needed them most. And it's a 4v2, another lane of barracks claimed by Spirit. They could swing bottom if they really want to.
He still has Aegis for 30 seconds. There's still time, even. No damage. Not a lot of hope. And a lot of tips from Laryl to Ramses, I noticed.
Yeah, it seems like there's a bit of beef there. Diabolic Edict. Right, quickly. Taking down these buildings. Demon Zeal. The TB shard.
It's a good one.
They don't get the mega creeps though. Trying to leave the Black Dragon there to deal with it, but the catch, the turnaround, Lol and Mira. Straight on top of Rebel. Tricks the trade and the smoke screen down from Roger. And Ember Spirit looking to make a bit of space for his squad, but the slow remnant means the catch up from Lol is there. Tracks back to kill the Em Spirit, and now the mega creeps will come. GG is already called by Seneko, it looks like, as they tap out here in Game 3. Game 1 was a good victory for Darkside, but 2 and 3 just felt like Spirit were way ahead of the curve.
It felt like they just woke up, honestly. It's like morning game, not so hot, but I mean, game one was pretty one-sided in favor of Darkside, and it was a fairly similar roster. I mean, the big difference, of course, is just the Lina, I guess, right? This idea of like when you can play and how you can fight and how powerful the hero is out of that one role. Pretty significant differences. I feel like there were a lot of moments where Ramsey was able to like rotate into the mid lane, provide some damage, go back to farming. He wasn't as isolated as the two games when he played as the Faceless Void and the Terrorblade. I feel like he could be a little bit more involved. That really hurt them.
Yeah, I feel like this series is one that we'll be looking back at for a number of reasons. Like you've been reiterating, of course, very important here that Darkside get a win, which unfortunately, they fell at the last hurdle. Team Spirit looking very good for their top three, but also the fact that 3 games in a row, DP was first picked or first phased and lost every single one of those games after she'd been dominant. You know, you pick DP and you're like, we've got an 80% chance of winning this game just because we did that.
And our hopes for DK Fogas after game 1. I don't know, man.
A little rocky.
They're making him pick DP after ignoring it. You know, he plays Visage game 1. They own. They ignore DP. They let it go to second phase. Team Spirit get it. Team Spirit lose. DK Fogas plays his offlaner. He wins. Then he plays 2 games on DP and they lose.
Yeah.
So I don't know. DK Fogas was either right or wrong. I'm not really sure which one, but I don't want to see him on Death Prophet again. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, I kind of like.
Let the guy play his heroes.
Yeah, like give him Visage, Beastmaster, whatever he can. I kind of like Lyle on this Lesh. I know he has played it a couple of times in the DPC, but not in games that I've watched. I think. Oh no, he did have that IO. Sorry, there was the IO Tiny Lesh that they lost. But yeah, coming out of the kind of DK, Tusk, Pango into the Lesh, he looked very good here in game 3.
Yeah, synergized really well with the rest of the team too. Very good Leshrac game. 2 supports that you really like to have in the Ench. Ench likes to play at a similar pace as you, and Tiny, of course, can set up for a lot of plays. Even before Blink, you just need that one little catch. You know, one little avalanche into a split earth, follow-up damage from the toss. Beastmaster is there giving you vision for your stalking needs as well as push potential. Someone who actually wants to push towers early with you. There's nothing worse than being mid-lesh and your other cores just want to Midas and farm. You got like a Doom and like a Faceless Void. And you're like, well, I want to hit towers, guys. Does anyone else want to hit towers? So Collapse being able to join up was very good for them. It just really cohesive, well-coordinated draft from Team Spirit.
Yeah, beautifully done. 2-1 victory here for them. Now, all but securing a top 3 spot here already. Along with, you know, Bet3 and Hellraiser looking incredibly strong. There's still room to maneuver, though. You know, no one is actually locked in just yet. So there's still room to maybe get a few victories or figure out where people are going to be landing later on down the line. But that's it for today as we round things out with this 2-1 victory. I mean, we had 2-0s earlier on today. But plenty more Eastern Europe DPC. We've got 1 week of games, excuse me, still to come. Tomorrow, I believe Robin Roll and Harry Freak will be returning. Bet3 against Na'Vi and Move against VP. And then on the 24th, Darkside against Move and Team Spirit against Hellraisers, which should be an absolute banger of a series.
Team Spirit Hellraisers will probably be a slot decider.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I would imagine so.
It's probably going to put you in the top 2, depending on what happens there. And it could also be what starts creating 3-way ties at the top of that board here. Especially if Darkside had won this. It's going to require a little bit of effort from everyone else, but winning that is going to feel really good for Hellraisers. In fact, if they win it, let me do some quick maths here. I think they're guaranteed.
Guaranteed
that
major?
Makes sense. If
Maybe.
they win it, they'd be 5-2 if they were to lose to Darkside, but then I think that wouldn't matter because Darkside I guess Darkside, no, they can't get to 5. Ooh, I think.
And you're beating Spirit as well, right?
Yeah, so I think that match will decide guaranteed for Hellraisers, depending.
Ooh, a spicy one. Well,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow and on the 24th, and of course, every couple of days here for the Eastern Europe DPC. We'll be here until Rob and Harry Freak. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye.